Colin, good morning.
Good morning, Frank. How are you?
Colin, we are so impressed here. You sent me on Twitter this song. I'm going to just play the opening bit of it again because we played the whole song earlier. I think, as they say in Radioland, for it to be regularly played, maybe it needs to be tightened a little bit shorter because it's 5:26, which is a long song. But I don't see any reason why it couldn't be slightly condensed. Having said that, everyone's in agreement here that it's an outstanding tune. Colin, you did send it to us via Twitter. You describe yourself as a poet, former child model and all of that. We had to leave one word out of it because there's a word that wouldn't be just totally suitable for early morning radio. But just give us a bit of your background, Colin.
Well, I'm normally a performance poet, just performing around Belfast and really anywhere I can. But just over Christmas I decided to put some music to the poem I'd written about the flags, We Who Have No Flags, which became obviously this song then. I just got some of my old bandmates together. And that was all done over Christmas. It was all done really in about a month, and it was released on Monday.
It is. It's very topical because of the flag issue and the reference to the border and whatever. Do you find yourself to be in some way politically motivated, or are you someone who's thumbing your nose at politics?
To an extent. I mean, the line in the song is, "I never felt Irish, I never felt a Brit," and I didn't agree with the political stuff. I just kind of, it's not really for me. I just didn't feel connected to it, and I'm not really a political writer in any sense, but I just felt the city that I love and the city I was born in, Belfast, is in a state of turmoil at the minute, and I felt I needed to say something, and if I wanted to call myself a writer or a poet, I needed to say something to get that message out.
And do you think there's an onus on people who are artists, writers, performers to get their message across in the din that is the riots and the protests at the moment?
Absolutely, because the line in the chorus as well is silence is all we find to unite us, and if people don't say anything, then where's the voice of the people who don't agree with the protests, don't agree with the riots, don't agree with the destruction and the chaos that's happening all across the city and all across the province? And
give us the main line of it again. What's the main line about the flags in the song? Comes up time and time again.
Well, it's We Who Have No Flags is the title of the song, and it's really just people who don't feel connected to an ideology or to, maybe not to a religion, but to the ideals and like I'm from Banbridge, and that's kind of notorious as a Protestant community, but if that flag represents me, then I don't really want to be represented by that.
Yeah, do you sense that there's maybe a majority of people in this country who we never really hear from? They're possibly the people who never go to the polling stations, the people who never vote, the people who have no interest in the green or the orange. Do you feel isolated to some extent, marginalised, sidelined, left out of the story because of politics in Northern Ireland?
To an extent I do, and I think isolated is a good word. I also feel disillusioned by the whole thing. But because I'm kind of in the poetry scene and the art scene, I know there's a lot of people feel like me, and that's kind of the message of the poem is, we who have no flags, we don't have a flag, we don't have anybody that represents us, so we just kind of stick together.
Well, I must say it is a great song. I'm not judging it on its content in terms of any message that it's delivering. It's just such a well put together tune, and the clever use of the imagery and the words and the beat. I think it's a winner, and it's just a fabulous sound. I think for it to be commercially successful, it needs to be a shorter song, because you understand what I'm saying about it. Something that's 5:26 isn't going to get a lot of airplay. Mm-hmm.
That's true, and we have a radio edit. It's just at the minute that was the video that we put out, but there is a shorter version on its way.
I must say the video is very impressive. You get that additional punch with the imagery that you've used. If people do want to see it, what's the best way? We put it up, of course, on U105 on our web page, but it's up there on YouTube for people to see.
Oh yes, it is indeed. Yeah. Colin Hassard's High Flying Words. So
give us the full name of the band again.
It's Colin Hassard High Flying Words.
Colin Hassard High Flying Words. I'm glad you sent it to us, Colin. It's been a pleasure playing it. I hope people do give it a listen, and it gives another angle on, I suppose, the country in which we live. Away from the music and being a former child model, what do you do? What's the day job?
I have an office job which pays the bills at the minute, but the music and the poetry are obviously my real loves. It keeps me sane.
Do you think you can make a living out of it?
Touch wood, fingers crossed, you never know.
Yeah. What did you model as a child? I love that on Twitter. Anyone who describes himself as a former child model.
It was close, but to be honest, I hated every second of it. So
you're rebelling against that too. Listen, thanks for sending it to us. It's been a joy playing it, and I just think it's such a clever song. Thanks for your time, Colin.
Thank you. Now.
That's Colin Hassard. You can look him up, you can listen to it, and you can watch the video as well. We'll pop it up on U.TV. Very much a poet and a writer as well.